Hey guys, my name is Zach. Welcome to another episode of The Joy of Hobbying. On today's episode, we are going to work on the figurized standard Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. So that is by Bandai Figurize. I got the Piccolo the other day and I was pretty impressed. And I think out of all the Gohan Super Saiyan 2 figures, this one might be the best. So looking at this here, looks like we have the flight stand part. So we'll put that to the side because I don't think we're going to need that anytime soon. Same with the effect piece part. So that's clear blue plastic. Probably won't be needing that for a little bit. Looks like we got somebody watching. Let me know what your name is if you're on Facebook, because I cannot see who you are until you tell me. Let me go in here. Let's change some branding. There we go. That'll work for now. Actually, let's see if we can change it live. Let me go over here. Yeah, so like I said, I built the Piccolo the other day, and it wasn't too bad. It was a little tedious. But this looks to have far less sprues than the Piccolo figure. So I'm hoping it's not going to be too bad, but we'll see. I did get this on Amazon, and I noticed that a lot of Amazon's delivery abilities are kind of down with all this coronavirus stuff. The last 3 packages I got from Amazon all were delivered by USPS rather than Amazon Courier. So I don't know if they're prioritizing certain items, but I think it's been probably a few years since I've gotten an Amazon package delivered by USPS. So I'm wondering if that could be a thing. Yeah, so let me know who's in the chat, because like I said, I can't really see anybody's names right now. I'm trying to load up the sweet the sweet logo that Manny made me, but I'm trying to see if I can get my computer to work. Supposedly today in San Antonio, we're supposed to be getting locked down from all this coronavirus stuff. Around lunchtime, a friend of mine who knows the mayor said that's the rumor coming out of his office, and I think indeed that is what is happening here. So it's kind of crazy, but yeah, we'll try for a few more minutes to get this logo up. If not, it's not a big deal. I just never got a chance to upload it because it's been a while that we've done a live show for Joy of Hobbying. What's up, Quinn? I think TC's in the chat too. So yeah, let me know how you guys are doing. I'm curious to see how everyone's doing. I think Samantha was in the chat too. Still have to come by the studio and check it out once all this stuff settles down. And of course, on top of all this coronavirus stuff, I hurt my back today because I'm an old person, and yeah, that sucks. I forgot how much it sucks to do that. But while this is pulling up, so Gohan, there's these multicolored sprues here, and always really impressed with how Bandai does their multicolored sprues. They're just remarkably well done. The flesh tone looks pretty decent here. I did get the new, or not the new, but the newer Gohan, and I was not really impressed with it, to be honest. I kind of like the manga version, the first one, a little bit better. So, okay, so we got the logo downloading. Let's see if I can upload it. We have the belt and the wristbands, and then all the purple gi stuff. So I think it will be pretty good. Okay, so let's see if we can upload this live. Okay, let's see. We're locked down last week here in San Francisco Bay. And Bradley is, I don't know what that means. Okay, let's go to brand. Sorry, I should have done this before the stream, but I got real excited. I wanted to start early. Okay, let's go to downloads. Okay, let's turn this brightness up. Okay, let's try this one. Let's see what that looks like. That's not too bad. Let's see what the other one looks like. I think everyone tuned out. I think they got bored of my technical setup. That's okay. I'm sure they'll tune in later. Oh, okay. So Bradley's here also. What's up, Bradley? Sorry, I'm trying to. It's kind of hard when I don't see names. I just see a comment. So definitely, if you're on Facebook, authorize StreamYard to. If you go and scroll up on the video, it'll show you. It'll allow you to authorize your name. Okay, so we got the logo up. We are doing good. Let's see. What up, PJ? Okay, cool. So let's get to building. So step 1 is part A4, A12, and A14. I probably won't be doing a lot of paint on this figure. I think I've seen some people do like a pastel effect to it and on the flesh, and it looked pretty good. I think I'm considering that. And let's just take these green parts off the sprue because I feel like those are going to get annoying. So A12, A14, and A4. And I'm just using regular cheap nippers. I know that there's better ones out there, but that is what I have. And so that is what I'm using. And I also have a hobby knife, so hopefully I don't cut myself open on stream. That would be friggin' the worst. Fortunately, with the Piccolo, I think I did pretty good on that build. I think there's only one part that I assembled backwards. Someone says there's no authorization. Okay, well, I am not sure. I know StreamYard just updated some stuff, so maybe they just expected everyone already authorized. So, see if I can get this tiny little nub off here. Okay. That looks pretty good. Someone says sweet shark. Yeah, I like that shark. I gotta be honest. It's pretty dope. Okay, that looks pretty good. And then this last part looks pretty good. Maybe a little nub there. Okay. All right. So let's put these 3 parts together. So it looks like the bang goes here. Easy enough. Make that piece whole. And these are snap together kits, so they're fairly easy to build, and you don't really need anything other than shit. Okay, so we'll get that part here in a second. Ugh. Let me grab that part real quick. Okay. So we're on the first part here and trying to line these parts up. I think my kid might be coming in here in a little bit. I told her she could paint in here, but she was being bad. So cool. So that's the first bit of hair done there. I like that. And then now we need part A5 and A7. So same sprue. And with some of these parts, hey baby, with some of these parts, maybe not the clear ones, but with some of the gi stuff, I have noticed that it's almost easier just to break them off with your hand. I feel like that's not the best thing to recommend, but sometimes I feel it's just a little bit easier, a little less time consuming. But I have heard that these clear parts can be a little brittle. So I probably wouldn't recommend doing it on those. And also another point of this stream is we're considering to pick up more of these boom arms for the studio, but I need to test them out first. And so I bought one, testing it out, and I do quite like it compared to the other Joy of Hobbing setup so far. Okay, so I have to sandwich part D23 between these pieces here, and I think it's this. No, it's not the green part. So D23 is this flesh part here. So D23. Yeah, this is just going to be a building video, so if you like those, strap in. Okay, and D23 is one of those pieces that it looks like it's inside the face, so I'm not going to worry too much about cleaning that part up. Okay. So it looks like this piece goes like that, and that goes, let's see, in here like this. Okay, and then we'll put the front piece on, and that fits in pretty good. Looking at my nub marks here. I'm just doing a little bit of touch up there, and that looks pretty good. Wish that would fit together a little bit better. It doesn't feel super great. And then we also need part A6 and A8. So it looks like we're doing all the hair right now. So we will get this part cut off. Looks like we have Robert in the chat as well. Whoa. That part is very fragile. I'm not a fan of that. Jesus, that part was fragile. It seemed like really thin. Danny Lee says, what are you building? I am building the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan from Dragon Ball Z Figurize. And it looks like these pieces just sandwiched together. And that should add a little bit of strength to this, if I can plug it in. And that part is thin. My gosh. Okay, let's pull it apart. Something's not lining up. Okay, so that is that. We'll check out this nub mark here. Cut it off. Quinn says, be good and enjoy Zaki, baby. Heading back to the slave grind work. Be safe, buddy. I think Quinn is a central employee, so be safe, my friend. Okay, so we got that part, and now we need A13 and A11. It should just be these last two. And I think we're done with our first bit of sprue. Okay. And I don't want to... So with that piece right there, I didn't want to get too close to the spike. So what I do is I cut one of these, the piece here, so I can rotate it like that. And then I'll just rotate it off the sprue. And I feel like that is kind of risky with this yellow plastic, but the alternative of damaging the spike is also risky. So that's what I do. I don't know if that's the best thing to do, but I've never said I was an expert, so. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Okay, so all those pieces are done. And we'll take our first assembly here. And our second one plugs in to here somehow. Let's see. Oh, okay, so this is the back of the head, I think. Okay, just like that. That makes sense. And then our next assembly, Dan asked, is that Bo-Katan next to the shark? Yes. I just have it there temporarily until Rainer's able to pick it up. And then we'll put this spiky bit in the back of the head. Let's see. Okay, cool. It's pretty spiky stuff, I'm not going to lie. And that is the back of the head built. And I wonder if I can do this. Here, let's do double. I want to do double cam. And I'm going to have my mic muted. There we go. That is so much better. I don't know why I didn't do that in the first place. Okay, so this is what we've built so far. This little yellow bit of hair. These model kits are fun to build, but they're very tedious. Okay. Also, let me know if there's a bunch of audio feedback. I muted this mic, so I should be fine, but just let me know. Okay, now I need part A15, A3, and A9. So that should be the white parts. Actually, oh, okay, these are the eyebrows. So A9 is the eyebrow. I thought we were done with all the yellow, but I guess not. So we'll be very careful with this part here. So that is A9. We need A3, which is the eyes, it seems. We'll be very careful with that part as well. And then A15, which should be this green part right here. Yep. All right. So we'll take the eyes and put it right here. And with these parts, like I mentioned earlier, I tend not to be too crazy on the nub mark removal because you'll never see these nub marks, at least from what I could tell with past experiences. Okay, so now I need to fit these right here. Just like that. And I really like the way they do these building system faces. So that is a 3-part assembly right there. And we'll put it inside part D22. And this always blows my mind. It's always super impressive to me. So let's get part D22. I'm looking at this flash, man. I am tempted to do a little bit of work on it. Do a little bit of sanding on that nub mark there. And then we're going to place this little assembly inside of the face. And bam, that looks badass, if I do say so myself. And then we'll take the Gohan face that we built in the first steps, and we'll plug that in. And then we'll plug in the bang. Oh, it's not fitting perfectly fine. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, technical difficulty. Okay, that fit. Okay, looks better. I might heat that up with water later and see if I can plug it in a little bit more. But that is a cool head. Danny Lee says, breaking news, Diamond Comic Book Distributor will cease to ship out any product after 4-1 due to COVID-19. Well, that sucks. Okay, so we're going to go with the next faceplate here. And we'll toss that sprue part over there. And then we need part A2 and A10. And I think this should be... Now this one does have a sticker, and I'm not going to put the sticker on camera because that is a big pain in the butt. So I will do that off camera. And one thing I noticed, speaking of stickers, is it came with these little silver stickers here. You can see those two circular ones, and I'm not sure what that's for because I thought it was for the socks, but they give you the socks in white already. And I honestly don't really know what it could be for. So I'm going to keep those over there for now. And if you built this kit, let me know, because I mean, I'm down for being spoiled. Because I looked briefly at the instructions and I could not find it. Okay, so let's assemble this like we did the last piece. If you hear my kid in the background, she lives here too, so she makes a noise just like everybody else. Okay. That did not work the way I was expecting. Whoa, I'm trying not to drop any pieces since I'm like, my back is all messed up. Oh, I had it upside down. Okay. That makes so much more sense. I was like, this is not plugging in at all. And that's the thing with these Figurize kits is they're designed super well, but sometimes parts can go like backwards and they fit and they seem like they would work. And it's not until you get like many more steps later and then you realize that you had a part upside down, like it'll actually articulate and look somewhat decent. For example, on Piccolo, on his shoulder, I had installed the shoulder joint upside down and it articulated perfectly fine. The sculpt wasn't interrupted, but it wasn't until I plugged the arm into the shoulder and I was like, what the heck? It's like way too far out. Like this is not even close to what the box looks like. And, you know, I took everything apart. I still don't really know what was going on. And I had to watch the Fwoosh's video. Big shout out to him. And I realized he had the exact same mistake. So some of these parts can be a little bit confusing. So there's Gohan with his shouting face. So that's pretty cool. So we'll put that to the side for now. Now, the next thing to do is the body. So we'll need part D25 and D26. So it's these two parts right here. And like I said, these parts, I can be a little bit more rough with them because the plastic is a little bit stronger in my opinion. Okay, so we'll put these together just like that. And I feel like they should go together much tighter than that. Actually, no, it does show a gap on the instructions, but we'll clean up some of these nub marks. Okay. So we got that nub mark done, and then we'll put this into part D21. So D21 should be this neck part here. And I have to hand it to them. I like this flesh tone. I do like this flesh tone, I'll tell you that much. Okay. Clear out some nub marks here. Okay, so we'll place this first assembly into the second one. And then we'll place part D20, which is the collarbone area above. We'll place that over the assembly we just made. And pretty clean on the nub marks. If you're watching this, let me know how the audio sounds. I'm trying a new idea, so please let me know. Okay, and that fits in just like that. So we got a Gohan upper body. Okay, cool. So it looks like the next step is to get parts B8, B9, and B15. And these are probably going to be these purple parts here. So B8, which is here. B9, which is here. And we'll do the spin thing that we talked about earlier. And B15. Okay, B15. Did I cut out the wrong part? I feel like I cut out the wrong part. So B8, B9. Yep, I definitely cut out a wrong part. Okay, so we'll put that over there. And we'll cut out B9. I knew something was up. It did not seem right. Okay, cool. So we got that. And then we will place these two parts. So we'll put this prong like this. Take B9, place it into there. Take B8, place it into there. Give us a little assembly here. And then we'll fold them up, I guess. It's a butterfly joint. Okay. And then we'll place those. Let's see. We'll place that on top. Just like that. And we have a little bit of beginning of a torso. I am going to clean up some nub marks here. Okay, cool. So we got those nub marks cleaned up. Now we need B6, B7. So we already cut out B6 on accident, so that's over there. B7. B1. B3 and B2. Okay, so let's take B6 and we'll place it on B7, or with B7 on B1. It looks like we're making another joint here. Not sure what for though. Maybe the waist. We'll do a little bit of nub cleanup. Okay, and then that is going to be surrounded by B3 and B2. Okay, just like that. And I am not a huge fan of how this nub mark situation looks on this part, but it looks like this part is an internal part, so let's sand off a little bit more plastic, but it's probably going to be about it. Now this assembly here is going to go and plug inside to make the lower waist joint, like the ab joint, I think, maybe. And then it's going to be surrounded by B12 and B13. So we'll take B12, B13, and we will pop those out. Let's see. Okay. Trying to teach this guy how to use these decals that I sent him, and I don't think he really listened to any of the instructions that I sent him. And he's saying that they're not working, so that is fun. I can't. I try to help everybody, but sometimes, I don't know, man. It's not worth it. Okay, I'm trying to get rid of this nub mark here on the top of the gi. And with this purple, I just, the same issue with the Piccolo is anytime you try to get rid of like a little bit of nub mark, like I don't even know what's worse, like having the nub mark or having the stressed plastic from fixing the nub mark. I just don't know. I just don't know. Okay, so there's that. And this part came off. And let's pop these two together. And we have a beginning of a gi starting to form. But I just hate these little nub marks. They're the worst. They are the worst. Okay, cool. So that's what we got there. So definitely coming along. Ugh, that just pisses me off about that guy. It's so annoying. Okay, so that finishes this step here. So let's move these parts out of the way. Okay. Now, are we done with this? No, we're not done with this parts yet. Okay, so now we get to build some arms, and I feel like pretty much the most tedious part of the kit is done. And it sounds crazy to say, but just building the Piccolo, like getting to this part here where you have a head and a neck, which we have here. Ah, shit. The fucking face fell off. Okay, so let's put that. Yeah, that's, I don't know. I'm not a fan of that. That was awesome. Getting to this point here, I feel like I'm going to put some gloss on that to help it stay together. But to me, like building the Piccolo, that was the most tedious part of the whole kit. Like I felt like once I got done with that, I was flying. Okay, so we're going to get into the arms here, and I'm going to put the Gohan part over here. Okay, so D15, D16, and D24. See, and Danny knows, like, I see Danny's in the chat. Danny, you know that I'm very patient with people. Like I try to explain things, and like, you know, everyone is a beginner at some point. Like I get that. But this guy's not a beginner. And I don't know, man. Like I just felt like I offered to help him with some decals, and then he just didn't really seem to care. So I just, you know, not really worth my time. I was doing it for free, so, you know. And then, okay, so that doesn't make any sense. And so once some amount of time had passed, he had hit me up and said if I still wanted to make him the decals. And I said, yes, I can do that. That's fine. I just wasn't really sure if he was interested. Again, it was free, so it's not like, I don't know why you wouldn't be interested. And he messaged me like 8 days later, and he was like, hey, do you have any update on the decals? And I was like, well, I sent them like 8 days ago. You know, I sent them the day after you asked me to make them, like I said I would. And he's like, oh, okay, I haven't checked my mailbox yet. And that really annoyed me, man, because it's like, for me to make the decals, like, you know, I bought the decal paper, I bought ink, and I printed the decal, and I took it to the post office and shipped it for free. And the guy is essentially telling me if I shipped it because he doesn't want to do the effort to check his mailbox. So that was kind of annoying. We got this bicep part done, by the way, or deltoid or whatever. And when I told him I'd make him the decals, I told him normally when I make decals, I'll seal them for people, and that way they can use them straight away. But I ran out of sealant, so I told him you'll need to buy some sealant. And I sent him the link, and confirmed again that they needed the sealant and the link before I sent them. And when he got them, he was like, hey, I just want to confirm that, or no, he said, you didn't seal them, right? And it's like, no, I didn't, you know. And that just really annoyed me, because it's like, dude, first you couldn't check your mailbox, and then, you know, I assume he had tried to use a decal, because the way he worded his message was like, I did it and the decal fucked up. It was like, you didn't seal them, right? And it was almost like the tone was just like, you didn't seal them and I ruined a decal because of it. And that was annoying. So I explained I didn't. And when he had essentially placed the order, and I used the word place the order very loosely because it was a free thing I sent him, I specifically told him he needed decal solution, because the surface that he's placing these decals on is very it's not very uniform. It's on a Dragon Ball Goku gi, and I just let him know, like, hey, you know, this is kind of an awkward surface, so you want to buy decal setting solution to melt the decal onto the surface. And then right now he messaged me and he's like, oh, well, I got it on, but it came out pretty crappy and it was all wavy, and essentially implying my decal was bad. And it's like, well, did you buy the micro set? Nope. And well, that's your problem. So I don't know, it's disheartening. I feel like I try to do what I can, but it's just annoying. And I don't even think I have gotten a thank you yet from this guy, which is like even more annoying. Not that I'm like one of those people that holds it against you, but the world is in apocalypse and I had time to make him a decal and he can't even say thank you. Joseph M says, thank you for all the great content. Between collecting weekly, the scavengers, PJ, my mind has been pretty occupied from all the craziness. Yeah, that's really, you know, what it's all about. You know, I'm glad, you know, I pray that we can all continue to be healthy and to be able to do these streams. And I mentioned it, I think, on our little bonus episode the other day, but you know, that's kind of if even just one person could be could get a little bit of relief from our show or the other shows. And in my mind, that's a huge thing. That's awesome. So thanks, Joseph. I appreciate the nice words. Okay, so now I need part D1. And these arms are tiny. I mean, I knew they'd be small, but goddamn, they're small. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm just annoyed. I feel like, and it's not even the first time it happened this week that someone kind of rubbed me the wrong way for something I sent them for free, but I don't know, man. Maybe I should just start. Nah, I don't want to stop doing that. It's fun to do, but it is a little annoying. All right, so we're putting the bicep on, and I'm not happy with the nub mark, so I'm going to take it back off. That's the one nice thing, or there's many nice things about these kits, but one of the favorite parts for me is that everything is snap fit. So if you don't like the way something fit, it's not like I tried building my dad this model airplane for his birthday. I built a lot of models in the past, but that thing was fucking ridiculous. I gave up on it because everything was just so tedious to build. Nothing fit together well. It was awful. Okay, that's a little bit better. That is a little bit better. Yeah, Danny Lee says some people expect everything served on a silver platter. Yeah. Yep. Okay, we got that arm done, and we need part C1, which is probably this little sprue here. Yep. Yeah, it was frustrating. It is frustrating. But at the same time, like, I mean, we sent out like 30 Joker cards and had a lot of good feedback. And I think I sent a few to Dean Knight, and he was really enjoyed the card that we sent him, the Joker Laughter card. And he said that he was actually going to feature them on his one of his next videos. So it'd be really cool if that happens. And he asked me, like, hey, do you sell these? Like, and I'm like, no, it's just kind of like a fun thing. And it's really what it is. I mean, it was just a fun project to do that took up like an hour. And I learned quite a bit. Okay, so we need part D3 and D6. We need to make the hand. D3 and D6. I don't think this part... Oh, that's D9. Okay, I was like, that part does not make any sense. So we'll cut the knuckle. We'll cut the base of the wrist. I love these kits. They're just fantastic. The one thing that I think is odd, though, is... I'm trying to remember the company, but there's a company that sells a product that they call Gundam Panel Liner. And I mean, it seems kind of stupid, but that product, when you use it on like this type of model kit or the Bandai Star Wars model kits or these model kits, it makes the plastic like extremely brittle and it just shatters. And I feel like that's not good because the product is called Gundam Panel Liner. Yet you put it on a Gundam and it just like destroys it. Okay, so we got the shoulder done. And or we got the arm done, actually, the whole arm. Look at that. That's awesome. Okay, so let's do the left arm. And then it's just the legs. And I think we're done. I probably won't build the effect parts on the stream, but yeah, we're almost done. We have 3 steps left. Actually, 4 steps. Okay, so let's build the other arm. So D17, D18. Okay. Let's see. D17, D18, D24. So D24 is right here. Oh, I'm so excited to be done with this model kit. I like building model kits. Like, don't get me wrong. But I like playing with the model kit more than I like building it. And I mentioned this very early in the stream, but I think this might be the best Gohan in this scale. Oh, Red Wolf says, "What's up, Zach? Where's the Kylo helmet at? That bit with Dino was hilarious." Dude, if I put that fucking Kylo helmet on right now with this razor blade, I would die. I would be like I wouldn't even finish the model. I would just go straight to the emergency room. Because 100% I would cut the shit out of myself. And it's been I'm not even gonna say it, never mind. I was gonna say I don't want to jinx myself. But I feel like I've been kind of good lately with razor blades. And it helps that I've been using like a really old razor blade, and I feel like that is potentially not safe, but like if you slip up with an old razor blade, like you do have to work harder to cut things, but when I slip up, I usually slip up very minorly. And I remember the worst cut that I got from a razor blade. It really wasn't that bad, but I had I was working on the Disney Elite Krennic, and I was trying to make I was trying to adapt the outfit for a Thrawn, and I got a little bit ahead of myself, and I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing, and the razor slipped, and I cut myself pretty good, and that really sucked. And it was like at this really weird part of my thumb where like it just really sucked. Like nothing was good about that. And it took forever to heal because it was like right here on my thumb. That's a bad angle right there. I have a nice little scar from it too. But it was a new razor blade. Getting back to the point. It was a new razor blade, so that I didn't really mess up that much, but boy, that thing went through my thumb like nothing. And it was pretty gnarly. A lot of blood. And the worst part was I'm working on a white figure. Of course, my dumbass got blood all over the stupid suit. And that sucked. So ever since then, I just try to use these razor blades as long as I can. And normally when I mess up on something like that, I might nick myself just barely, but because it's not so sharp, it doesn't cut all the way through. So at least that's what I tell myself to sleep at night. Red Wolf says, "Man, I was cracking up, especially when both of you guys are rocking out. Great stuff. Should make that into a GIF or something. That'd be dope. If someone wants to make that into a GIF, that'd be awesome. I'm good at a lot of things, but I tell you that much, I can never make a GIF. I think I tried twice. I could not get it to work. And then I know people that aren't really even that tech savvy that make it work. So I don't know. Maybe that's just something I'll have to learn another day." My mom just called me right now. I think indeed our city did get shut down today while we're on stream. Craig says, "For these model kits, do you need any painting after, or is it not required?" So the answer to that question is yes and no. So these are fully colored model kits in the sense that, like, the eyes are colored and the hands are the right color. Sometimes you'll need stickers, which you could, of course, substitute with paint. And sometimes I do that. But everything is pretty much good to go. And for example, let me put this little piece on here. And then let me try to grab this. Okay, so for this Gohan here, you can see he has like his mouth open, but he has no tongue. And you could either paint the tongue or there's a sticker for the tongue. And I usually use the stickers because they're actually not bad for that type of thing. They're pretty much good to go. I do know some people that use like a pastel to give them a little bit of shading, and they do washes, and they look fantastic once you do that. I mean, they look fantastic, just out of the box, but I do know some people that take the extra effort to do like a black wash or a flesh wash or whatever. But these are pretty much good to go. Like the Piccolo, I thought, like, after the first 10 minutes, I was like, yeah, I think I'm going to paint some of this stuff. And when I got done, I was like, man, this is not bad. I don't think I'm going to paint this. And I didn't paint it, so not going to paint Gohan either. But they're really nice kits. I really like them. Craig said my brother got me a Broly kit, but I wasn't sure. Yeah, Broly is awesome. That's a really cool model kit. It is one of the bigger model kits, so this one's very small. Broly being the character that he is, his model kit is huge. His model kit is quite large, so. But Craig, which Broly did you get? Did you get the Dragon Ball Super one or the OG? Let me know. And then someone asked, how's it going, man? Any new 1/6 pickups recently? Man, I have not gotten any 1/6 in a long time. I just don't know. Like, I'm in this rut with 1/6. I don't know why. I mean, obviously, impending financial insecurity from coronavirus, like that's obviously a thing, but nothing has really piqued my interest lately. Even like I haven't even pre-ordered the Mandalorian, the 2.0. Talk about that in tomorrow's show. Okay, so we got the bicep done. Pop that bad boy in. You got to keep being a sweet angel to the community and give those people that take your act of kindness for granted a 2-strike rule. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I mean, people in Ox, like no one in Ox has ever rubbed me the wrong way. No one. But man, some people, man, I try to help out friends of friends, and I feel like I always get burned. Start charging those people. Never charge someone from Ox. So going back to, I was talking to Danny. I hope you don't mind me talking about this, but a few months ago, Danny was asking me if I would do a paint job for him on something. And, if I paint something, I usually don't charge people. And there's a reason for that. So we have in San Antonio, Ox kind of started. Ox is a brand new group, but the idea of Ox and Collecting Weekly came from our first group, me and Dean and Manny and Rainer and Seth. We started a group called 1/6 San Antonio. And 1/6 San Antonio is still around, but we don't really, it's kind of dead now that Ox is here. But we would do meetups, and it was great. And during these meetups, sometimes like someone would need something, like, oh, I need this part, or oh, I need this done. And we were fortunate enough that, there was always someone in the group that could do something. Like if, oh, like this person's battery or electronics stopped working on their figure, we had a guy that would fix them. Or, oh, I need this diorama done, I would do a diorama. Or for my case, I'm not very good at sculpting, so I would need something sculpted, and there would be another guy that would help out. And a lot of the people in 1/6 San Antonio are also in auxiliary. So, for example, like I said, I'm still not good at sculpting. I needed some sculpting done, and Jason Nelson took on the project for me and doesn't charge me to do it, because that's just how that group came about. Like, everyone's so talented, but not everyone is talented at everything. And the way that I always see it as, like, I think I can paint okay. I think I'm okay at dioramas or whatever, but there's a lot of things that I don't know. And usually when I don't know something, someone hooks it up. So it's kind of my philosophy on like not charging people for things. And it's just kind of been a way that we've always done it. Red Wolf says not even wanting the Mark 6 diecast. I would love a Mark 6 diecast, but don't have the money for that. Craig says it's called the Legendary Super Saiyan Broly. Yeah, that's dope. Let's see. Daniel Lee says, who knows, maybe they were having a bad time with the whole COVID-19 pandemic, but if they burn you twice, look, man, if you cannot check your mailbox to tell me if something I mailed to you got delivered, and then you're hassling me to tell you if I mailed it, that's a problem. Someone says, I agree, man, because I live in Australia, the AUD has turned to shit, so I have to stop buying figures. went on a pre-order spree with the Jedi Patrol and Mando figures, but I guess it's going to be it for a long time. I have the cash to buy some clones, but I honestly don't know. I think it might be Gerald. Yeah, I own the Jedi Patrol Trooper, the actual one. I know there's like the white armor version, and then there's the white pauldron rather than the orange one. I have the orange one, and it's pretty dope. I've talked about this on the podcast before, but I got that for free on the day my daughter was born. Pretty good fucking day, honestly. Okay, so I'm just going to pop these hands off this sprue because I don't need them just yet, and I want to get this sprue off the table because I'm tired of looking at it. So that sprue's done, and then I'm going to pop this belt off the sprue as well because I can get more sprues off the table. And then just doing some reorganizing here. Bear with me. Let's pop these brown sprues off. And then we have these 2 white pieces we're going to need for the feet. Pop those off. Oh no. Let's pop this off here. And then we'll get this sprue off the table too. Cool. Ugh, my back is fucking killing me. I mentioned earlier I threw it out this weekend, and of course my dumbass threw it out during Apocalypse. And I can't even walk. I had to get help to get into this chair. I work as a home healthcare provider, and I haven't thrown my back out in 2 years. And yesterday I dropped something in the hobby room in the garage, and I went to pick it up, and boom, messed my back up. So that's fun, but I'll survive. Usually it's 3 or 4 days of pain. So I actually took off today, and I had to my client was very generous to allow me to take the time off. B18. Okay, easy enough. And then B30, B29, and B26. B26. B30. How's everything in the States? Clifford asked what model. Clifford, this is a Dragon Ball Z model kit. I actually showed you the Piccolo one the other day. So it's the Gohan that goes with the Piccolo. Danny Lee says the orange pauldron backpack is the best. I actually sold those parts. I just like it as a regular Stormtrooper. And then Gerald asks, how's everything in the States? Hope your family's safe. So in the States, we're fucking it up, man. Honestly, dumb fucking idiots everywhere going out doing dumb shit. You guys know I curse on the show, so people are just not taking it seriously. I mean, just even in my own neighborhood, I went out, when we got our kid from daycare today. Motherfuckers gathering. So I don't know, man. I mean, we've certainly been taking our own precautions, but you do have to leave the house for some things, and that's kind of what I'm worried about because, like I said, we are taking the precautions that we can, but being safe during this type of situation is 80% what you're doing and 20% what the other people are doing. So, and I am trying to figure out how this damn part goes into this other part. So give me 1 second. Okay, so that goes like that. I see. Okay, so that goes like that. We'll get rid of this nub mark over here. And then this part goes like this, I think. That doesn't look right. Oh, there we go. Yeah, these legs are trippy. They are very trippy. There we go. I got fucking nub marks everywhere. Okay, I'm gonna pop this piece off. I have a huge nub mark on this thing. There we go. Much better. Much better. One project that I'm working on, which I have not posted to Ox yet, because I am not sure how I feel about it, is I was working on a TROS helmet for Kylo. Gerald says, scored a Wolfpack Trooper for 130. Dude, that's a good fucking deal. That's a really good deal. Here, let me get the Kylo. Let me see if I can get up and get it. Okay. I'm working on this right here, a TROS Kylo helmet. And boy, let me tell you, this thing fucking sucks to do. I'm not ever doing this again. I'm just going to wait. If this doesn't turn out good, I'm just going to wait till the next one comes out and I'm going to buy the part because this sucks. It looks pretty decent, but man, it sucks. Okay. Okay, so let's go to KSAT 12. Okay, so let's see what is closing in San Antonio. I mentioned a few minutes ago, I think some people just tuned in, but our city just shut down from the coronavirus. And that is annoying, so let's turn that. Okay, so San Antonio residents ordered to stay home except for crucial errands and businesses. The one thing is that my work is essential, and a lot of people that do essential stuff are getting like little cards. But my work has not sent me a card yet. Dan, if you're watching, are daycares shut down in California? I'm trying to figure out what is going on here. Let's see. So work at exempted business activities necessary to work at or conduct in healthcare services, including hospitals, clinics, dentists, pharmacies, pharmaceutical and biotechnological companies, healthcare suppliers, mental health providers, substance abuse providers, home-based care for seniors, adults, are considered healthcare operations. Hey, there we go. Oh man, so this is awful, guys. So Thursday of last week, we had to unfortunately put my parents' dog down, and he was old. You know, it wasn't like, you know, when my dog passed away last 2 years ago. It was a very tragic event. But this dog has been old and you know, just not doing well, and we had to put him down, and it was awful because he has a vet, and the vet was like, you know, because of this coronavirus, we cannot let anyone inside the facility. And we called every vet in town, and none of them were allowing people to be in the room with their dogs. And you know, he was really weak, and you know, I don't really know if he knew if we were there, but it was pretty sad that you know, that he had to go that way, and for us not to be able to be in the room, that really sucked. So it looks like food, household staples, and retail is going to be open. Sorry, that was a change of pace, but I'm reading this declaration right now, and I'm just kind of like, it mentioned veterinary services, so I thought I'd mention that. But let's see. Sorry, I know this is a model kit building session, but I'm trying to see what exactly is going to be closed. The one thing that it says food, household staples, and retail. But I know like some of the comic stores are staying open, so I feel like that. Okay, so licensed childcare centers are able to be opened. Red Wolf says, sorry about your parents and your dog. That really sucks. We had to put down one of our dogs 3 years ago from cancer. Yeah, man, we put down our dog 2 years ago. It was just the worst thing ever. And, you know, he was young. He was like 6 years old. And unfortunately, he had started going blind. And that, you know, we kind of got him settled with that. And dogs actually can do very well being blind. At least what our vet said. And he just kept having problems, and you know, had some major events happen, and you know, it just really sucked. But yeah, I felt really bad, and my parents were really upset that they wouldn't let him in the room. So it was one of those things. I mean, I guess in the interest of public health, you have to abide by it. But it annoys me when like we couldn't do that, and then I see dumb idiots like going to the beach, like dicking around. I don't know. Crazy times that we're living in. So, and I really hope that, you know, people do get some enjoyment out of this streaming that we're doing, and that, you know, Six Scale Scavengers are doing. PJ the Paradox Nerd, I know they're doing a stream later, and I hope that in some way that these streams that we're all doing can provide some relief to people during this time. Danny Lee says, my local LCS is doing curbside pickup, but since Diamond just announced they're stopping shipping, I got a feeling a lot of comic shops are going to be hurting along with other businesses. Yeah, thanks guys. I really appreciate the kind words. Red Wolf says dogs are the best. I've never known anything greater than the love and trust you get from a dog. Yeah, dogs are the fucking best. So it took us a while to get a new dog. You know, we lost our dog tragically, and it took us a while to decide, like, hey, I think we're ready to get a new dog. And when we did, the dog we got was a shelter dog, and she is awesome. I love that dog. And today, I like I said, I took today off because my back just was not cooperating. And my wife came there and she's like, hey, there's a huge bee in the living room. I'm like, okay, well, I cannot walk, so that is something you're gonna have to deal with. And we have like a really high ceiling in our living room, so like there's no way I can get this bee. And I don't know how, but our dog caught the bee. I don't know if the bee tried to sting my dog or something, because our ceiling is like 15 feet high. It's huge. And our dog like ate the bee. Didn't really eat it, but it like, you know, bit it on the ground. And I was very impressed because I was not going to be able to help in that situation at all. And here comes Juno eating a bee. And to save the day, because my wife was working from home, or she has to work from home, and she was working in the living room, and she wasn't able to get stuff done because she was under threat of terror by this bee. Okay, so it does look like, let's see, so part A17, which is these little brown things here, I'm still wondering. Danny Lee says, Airbud, ice, and stretch your back out. Yeah, not that I'm disregarding your advice or anything, but I tried ice, I tried heat. What I'm going to need to do here shortly is go to my dad's house. He has an inversion table. It's like my disc or something. I messed it up playing soccer, and ever since then I haven't been able to play the sport that I loved. And what is going on here? Oh, there we go. And okay, or not. It just kind of like flares up every now and again. Am I putting this damn thing on right? Yeah, I am putting it on right. Okay, so that's not going on at all. So let's see. Oh shit, I'm so stupid. So part A1, I need part A1, which is right here. I was like, this is not going on at all. Okay, so that makes so much sense. Yeah, I gotta stretch my back. It is not good. So I think I have to risk getting Rona to go out and fucking use the inversion table, but I think I'm gonna have to do it. And I still don't know what these silver stickers are for. Nothing in this instruction book has mentioned these silver stickers. There we go. So we got a leg. We're almost done. With the light at the end of the tunnel. I think this is taking me longer than the Piccolo build, honestly. I think because the parts are just a little bit smaller. But A18, A19, I'll just pop these off the sprue like this. But it's okay. It's more fun. I think obviously I'm talking a little bit, so that's making it take a little bit longer. But oh, just kidding. A18, A19. Not a fan of how that just went together. So, oh, there we go. I was like, that did not pop together at all. Okay, let's do a little bit of nub mark cleanup, since these are going to be very visible on the figure. And we put this part in this part here. This is the only part about this model kit that I don't like the look of, is this ankle area here. Unfortunately, it's not much I can do about it, but otherwise, I think it's a very well sculpted kit. Just not too keen on this one part. It's funny, my mom is a teacher, and they had to do remote. Okay, that's not going in. They had to do remote teaching, and because we podcast, we have a lot of experience with like these doing streaming. Basically, is what they're having to do, and we got it set up, and my mom is so cute. She was like, it's really cool because I took a picture of my classroom before I left, just so I could see if anyone was messing with it when I was gone. She's funny. And so she had a really nice picture of her classroom, and she used that as her green screen background to get the kids to kind of make them feel a little bit more comfortable. And she said they loved it. So I thought that was really cool. Red Wolf says, do you think throwing your back out might have to do with stress or what is currently happening globally? Your mind is a very powerful weapon in protecting itself from yourself. Honestly, dude, I do not think that is a bad theory at all. That sounds very plausible. Give me one second. I'm trying to figure out where this damn sticker comes from. They gave us like a bunch of stickers in the box. And I feel like I have not seen where the other one. Yeah, that's a good idea, man. I believe it. Sticker part 2 and 3. And a lot of this is in different language, so I'm really trying to figure out where the damn sticker goes. I think it just could be a optional part or something. I don't know why you put silver on it if it's white already. See, I like this color guide. It tells you how to mix the flesh tone. It's white 90% plus orange yellow plus salmon pink, both at 5%. It's very interesting. I'll have to try that recipe out one day. Oh, that's cool. That is really fucking cool, actually. The stickers go inside the Kamehameha effect. There's like a little ball. This might be hard to see. There's like a little ball inside the effect, and you're supposed to put the stickers on that to give it a little bit of a glow. That's cool. I probably won't do that, but that's cool. Okay, so I'm going to do something blasphemous, but this instruction book is getting on my nerves, so I need to make it smaller. Okay, so there's that. Okay. So I guess the decal guy figured it out, so... Okay, so let's build this other leg, and Danny Lee says, I think it does in some way. I had my back seized up the first time I won a huge pot and poker. Got so excited that it seized up as I was raking in chips. Dude, that sucks. That's awesome, but that sucks. Okay, so I don't want to build this last leg. I'm hitting a wall here. I am definitely hitting... I'm hitting a wall here on this model kit. I see the light at the end of the tunnel, but I'm just like, oh, I just want to be done. I want to be done. I want to go eat and relax, and watch more D&D videos. Dan Lee, big shout out, man. I was reading that book, man, and there's so many numbers and words. Not really. There's not that many words, but it was a very tedious read, and I was like kind of getting bored of reading. And that video that you sent me of that guy showing you how to play was so much better for the way that I learn personally. That I was a big fan. I think I watched like 3 of those videos already. Maybe my wife will be nice enough to take me to my mom and dad's house so I can get a stretch in. Let's see. And that's pretty cool. I got an alarm on my phone today. We're almost at 100 episodes. It was like a reminder I set for like the don't fuck it up alarm, I guess. So I'm very excited. We're almost at 100 episodes. I feel like, I don't know, like obviously we're a real podcast or whatever, but I feel like having 100 episodes behind you is like a thing. Like, I don't know, it's just really cool. Like it shows that you are, I don't know. I'm just really excited to have 100 episodes. Doesn't mean our show's any better or worse because we have 100, but being able to put triple digits on the episode number, like I just feel like that's such a cool milestone, and I love seeing how other podcasts celebrate that milestone. Because it is, I mean, like, you know, when we went from 9 to 10, I thought that was pretty cool because it's like, hey, we're in double digits now. And we talked about that on the BS stream. Is like 10 is kind of a big deal. And because we have a base 10 system, you know, getting to like 25 and 50, I thought was pretty cool as well. 75, I didn't really care about. I don't know why. I just didn't really. Just wasn't as big as, you know, the other milestones. But 100, that's a big deal. And it sucks because we have to cancel our idea of the get-together because of this whole situation. Okay, so I have this part here. So B23, B24. So that kind of sucked, but we'll survive. We'll get over it. And once it's all done, we'll have an even bigger party. In America, they prescribe a pill to fix everything, but that just created more issues. Yeah. I take enough medicine as it is, so probably don't need a back pill. Sorry, I got real quiet there. I was trying to get that nub. I may go over this in some paint, just a tiny bit of purple paint for the nub marks. So B19, B20. We are almost done. I'm like 7 pieces away from being done. I can feel it. Red Wolf says, I've read so many books about the mind-body connection. Too bad Western medicine is very slow to adapt. Eastern practices and philosophies. Yep, that sounds about right, my friend. That sounds about right. Okay, got that in there. Clean some nub marks. All right, let's put this thing in there. We are at the almost at the end, guys. We have sat through this build. If you've sat through this build this whole time, you're an amazing person. If you're in this chat and you don't have any of our latest stickers, let me know. I will send you some free of charge. Please let me know for keeping me company in this build because I fucking hate building model kits. It's the worst. Then I have like wrist issues sometimes. I'm like falling apart, man. But yeah, it's been fun doing this live. I've never built a model kit live before. And I know we were thinking of doing like a model kit night one day. Like people come to my house and build model kits. I think that'd be pretty fun. Obviously, once the corona is done, of course. Of course, I would not tempt fate like that. A18, A19. There we go. Clean these nub marks off. And the light at the end of the tunnel is here. I can see the light. My hand is cramping from doing these damn things. But I can see the light. Put this piece in here. Very good. Put this piece in here. Throw that sprue down. Because we're done with that one. Put that into there. Oof, that fits so good. That fit good. That felt good. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces left. Okay, we're here. We're almost there. Let's see. Pop that one off. Pop that one off. Clean it up with some this action here. Just be sure to check your mailbox for the sticker. Yeah, right? Otherwise I'm going to roast the fuck out of you. And a few people had issues with their stickers, their Joker cards falling out of their letter. And one guy was like kind of annoyed by it. I'm like, you're annoyed by it. I have to send you another one now. What do you? So that was funny. All right, let's put these pieces together. Oh yeah, okay, so these are held in place by the hip right there. Let's see, like that. I wonder, like that, and like, oh, almost there. I'm almost done. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Okay, put the belt on. Okay, that felt good. That felt good. Assembly time. All right, let's pray I didn't fuck this up. Okay, so that went on pretty good. I clean up Gohan's butt a little bit. Sorry, I'm trying to rush because I told my wife this would only take an hour. And we're at an hour and a half, so. Leg went in good. Oh, and we're done. We are done. Oh my god, this thing looks dope. I love it. So that is the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan figurized model kit by Bandai. And I have to say, it's a pretty good model kit. Definitely some very small things I'd like to touch up. Mostly there and there. It's just because that purple plastic is so dark. And when you do these nub cleanups, it kind of like, I don't want to say stresses the plastic, but I do have, I guess maybe it is stresses, but it makes it kind of light. And, uh-oh, did I put a piece on backwards? No, I didn't. Okay. Did I? That does not feel good at all. When you do that, it just kind of tints the plastic white. And because this plastic is so dark, it just makes it stick out really bad. Red Wolf says, you ever plan on doing a collection tour? What kind of saltwater tank do you have? Fish, corals? I used to have a 92-gallon reef bow front saltwater fish that's coral. Is more expensive than hot toys. Yeah, it really is. I have a 20-gallon long with AI Prime, and it's a very simple softy tank with an anemone, a clownfish, and an orchid dotty back. Some zoanthids and some LPS. Very, very simple setup. You know, I do want to show that off one day in Ox. I'm dealing with some cyano right now. I have not been. I don't have an RODI, so I get my fresh water from the fish store. And with all this madness, I've kind of put that to the back burner. As for the collection tour, I would love to do one. I have planned to do one like every weekend for the past 3 weekends. I just have not gotten to it. But I do want to do one. Red Wolf, let me know what you want to see in the collection. I'm just trying to figure out the best way to do it. And because our channel is multiple people, I'm also trying to figure out if it's better to do one video for each of us or one big video. I'm just really not sure. So Red Wolf, I'll stay on the chat for a few more minutes, but let me know what you guys think is the best way to do that, what you guys would like to see, and I will make it happen because I have nothing better to do. This is fucking dope, though. I like this. This is fucking dope. So he says todos. I think that means everything. So yeah, I'll show you guys everything because there's a lot that you guys haven't seen. Like, I mean, not a lot, but like, let me just like we got this stuff back here, the studio. We got the collecting weekly award trophy. Oh, there we go. Up there. There's lots of stuff. I mean, we got probably way too many toys than I can really care to admit. And then I got my closet back there, which is there's some kids' birthday stuff because our kid just turned 3, but that's where I keep all my shipper boxes and parts and everything. And then the desk is over there. It is a nightmare. It's awful. I don't think I will show you guys that when I do the collection tour. And then I have my printer and some other parts of things that I'm working on for projects for the wife and the kid. But yeah, I think I'd like to do one. I do plan to do it. I know some people do them like every fucking week for, you know, some content creators. And I mean, I guess that's cool when you're getting as many things as you're getting, but I don't really buy things that often. So I think I'll do one like once every 6 months or something like that. Unless some major shift happens. But, oh, and then of course, let's see here. in this corner here, got some other different collectibles. So I think I showed those in the last stream, like 2 episodes ago. But you often don't see that part of the room. But yeah, that's here. Let me do this. Let me go solo cam. That's pretty much it for this build. I like it. I like it a lot. It's very light. That's my only complaint. These model kits are so light. But damn, if that doesn't look amazing. And honestly, with no paint, I'm pretty impressed. There's a very few things I want to do, but I like it. I do like it. And Red Wolf, I promise I will get you that collection tour video soon. You have my word. Give me like a week. I'll get it done. But yeah, I'm Zach. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode of The Joy of Hobbying. Very simple build. We got to talk about some real world stuff. Got to talk about my my crippling injury of my back. Got to talk about Dragon Ball Z model kits a little bit. And we got to learn a little bit more about each other. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Real quick, Danny says, not bad for a Dragon Ball. It's not bad at all. And then Red Wolf says, how do you like your Ironmonger? I just picked it up last week in an Iron Man Mark III to diecast a pose with it. I fucking love my diecast Mark III. I know not a lot of people like it. The figure in general. Here, let's go over here. I know a lot of people don't like the okay, that's a terrible angle. There we go. I know a lot of people don't like the Mark III diecast, but I love mine. It's not the most proportioned figure, and next to the 46, obviously it looks a little worse, but I love it. Iron Man 1 is my favorite Iron Man movie, and the Ironmonger is really good. And I didn't notice, so I got it from this guy, and he said there was like some minor issues with it. And I did not know that you can actually articulate, you can bend the knee. I did not know that. And I tried when I first got it, and I could not get that thing to bend. And I just thought, oh, it doesn't have it. Looked at pictures. No one had it with the knee bent. Hey, baby. You want to say hi? Come here. You want to say hi to the people? Here, come over here. Come over here. Come here. Baby, look. Come here. Come here. Oh, you don't want to say hi? Okay, she's embarrassed. And so I did not know that the leg bent. And one day I was like, I'm so tired of this thing barely fitting in this damn shelf. And I was like, I'm gonna try to bend the knee, because other people, I started seeing reviews and they were bending that leg. And it's just those pistons are super tight. There's pistons that deal with the articulation and all the different parts. And I just heated them up with a little bit of a blow dryer and bent the knee, and I fucking love that thing. I've never done the mini transformation to expose the Obadiah head. That is kind of scary. And then taking the rocket out of the back was like nerve, like just, I was like all jittery the whole time. But it's a fantastic figure. It scales really well with the Mark III, being that the Mark III is a little bit shorter. And it's pretty damn good, dude. So congratulations on their pickup. And I got it for a good price. I think I paid like $4.25 for mine shipped, and like 50 of that was shipping. So I really don't mind it. Danny Lee says, get yourself on that inversion table and take care of your back. You got the show to do tomorrow. Yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks for tuning in. There was a point where there was like 0 people watching for like a minute, and I was like, oh, I'll just cut the stream off. But I'm glad I didn't. It was a good stream. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream. And any questions, hit me up on Facebook. I'd be happy to answer them. And happy to have you guys here tonight, and tune in tomorrow for the episode, I think it's 98 of Collecting Weekly. Thanks for watching. Bye.